We all know that on Chamishasa B'Shvat, when the Rebbe came back from the oil, he said there will be a Farbrengen. No one expected it, but the Rebbe announced there will be a Farbrengen. And by the Farbrengen, the Rebbe spoke a lot about Lichbeish ha'olam ha'idei Torah, that the time has come that we have to conquer the world through learning Torah. And the Rebbe went on like that, and later on the Rebbe explained that he had an urge to Fabreng while he was by the oil. He didn't even know why, and there was nothing special that time that he was going to speak about. So when he Fabreng, what would he speak about? About learning Torah. And it actually turned out that later on the government wanted to start drafting even yeshiva bochrim. So the fact that the Rebbe spoke about learning Torah before was Magdim Refuah L'Maked. This brought the cure before the problem, that before they even made the Gzeira, the Rebbe already spoke about it. And then, many months afterwards, the Rebbe would refer to that Farbrengen and say the time has come, we have to conquer the world with Torah. So one of the times that the Rebbe spoke about it very strongly is Shavuos. This happened Chamishasa B'Shvat Tovshin Lamed Aleph, and the second day of Shavuos, the Rebbe spoke about it very strongly. When the Rebbe said that because we have to be kavish, conquer the world through Torah, that means that we have to take part of your time and part of Inyanim of Welt that you have and transform it in Torah. Not only yourself, but you should pay on others also. Which means, in simple terms, that a Baal Esek, a businessman or a working person, should steal time from his work to Torah. He should steal it in a way that this becomes, that some part of this man ha'esek, the time of the work, should become a inyan on Torah. A yesha veil, a person who learns anyway, should add in his learning Torah. And the Rebbe said that even a person who already made that resolution to learn more Torah, or somebody who already started doing that more. What I'm saying now is that it has to be completely different. You have to change not only the time, learn more, your mahus has to become different. In other words, it's possible for a Baal Esek to steal some time from his work and learn Torah. Still, he remains in the category of a Baal Esek. But what we're talking about here is that his whole category should change. He should drop the title Baal Esek and he should become a Yeshavel. His mahus should change. And we see that concept that you could be a learning Torah and still remain a Baal Esek, because we find there is Yisachar and Zvulun. Yisachar represents those who learn Torah, Zvulun those that work. And even in the Midbar, when the Jews were in the Midbar and they learned a lot of Torah, there were also these two categories. Even though everybody learned Torah, there was nothing else to do there. And the Medrash says, "Lenitna Torah ela la'ich le'amon." The Torah was given mainly for the Jews who were in the Midbar, those that ate the manna were in the Midbar. And still you have there Yisachar and Zvulun. Shows that you could be learning Torah and nevertheless be Zvulun. So what the Rebbe said, what I'm saying here is that we have to make it that you change your mahus, that now you are not a Baal Esek anymore, you are now a Yeshavel. You become a Yeshavel, you become a learning person, not a Baal Esek anymore. And Rebbe gave an example. We find that when Avram Avinu bought the Moras HaMachpelah, it says, Vayokam's Day Ephraim, the field of Ephraim, which was the Moras HaMachpelah, had an aliyah. But the Rebbe says there, the Metzias didn't change. It just became better, choshever. Here we're talking about your Metzias should change. You should become no more Baal Esek, your Mahus should be a Yeshavel. And the Rebbe says that Rabbein Bechlal would always try to bring light into things with a story. So here you have the story that's written in the Hagdama of Pekei Achivrim, which is concerning, the Rebbe didn't give the name, concerning Rabbi Yosef Balagola, who became a Balagola, because the Alter Rebbe told him to become a Balagola. And after he finished the Shlichus, he went back to becoming a Yeshavel and learning Torah, etc., etc. So here we see you could change from being a Baal Esek to being a Yeshavel, being somebody whose whole mahus, his whole being is Torah. You might ask, what's going to happen to Zvulun? You need people to work more and give money, etc., etc. So true, but still, you have to try to be the one from the Yeshavel. And then the Rebbe continued in the next Sikha how it's connected to the women, to the wives, and that will be in the next voice note.